Hey there. I am on my way out to see some things with my colleagues. We have a Friday afternoon of creative inspiration. So we are off to see Printemps, which is a French department store that opened up in New York just a few months, if not weeks ago. And it's meant to be like very bougie. And then on top of that, nearby is a gallery called Mercer Labs. I think it's more like Instagrammable. What's that place in Japan called that I went to? Playworks, Play Labs, I don't know. But that's really close by to Printemps as well. So we want to check that out at the same time. And this is me looking cute, eh? Okay, let's go out. I don't know if I'll do this ever again, talk to you whilst there. I'm a bit sick of the front camera, so that's why I wanted to mix it up, but this was a bit chaotic. But also, I don't mind it. I have not been to FiDi before. Wow, the buildings be tall here. That's that finance money. It's 24 degrees and I've already seen 3 men in vests. That's how you know you're in the finance district. Okay, made it to Printemps. I like the structure outside. The little lighting's really cute. Okay, I love this. First of all, love this. But then I saw this one. The distressed leather is so nice.
I think it's just for your lipstick, but it's cute.
Open it up.
Okay.
Ah! That's crazy. Oh my god, do the hedgehog, do the hedgehog. Oh, damn.
You can put a couple more things in here. Interesting.
Nice. Don't go to Mercer Labs. Not a fan. It's Temu Team Labs. Hey there. I used this camera for the first time in a while and I forgot how much I liked using it. So we're pulling it out again. It's getting a second life. Today is Wednesday and it's a work day. But with my work, one thing that they give us that I really love is that once a month we get an afternoon to go out into the world and do whatever our creative inspiration might be. And I also love filming it all because, I don't know, it feels like a really creative afternoon already. Filming it adds to that creativity. And today I am taking my creative afternoon and bringing you along. Funnily enough, I have tickets to a play and I'm also going to hit up a few stores in the neighbourhood where that play is before as well. A few stores I still haven't seen that I want to see, and I think this is a little nice coincidence with the play being on a Wednesday because I wasn't initially planning to do my creative inspiration afternoon today. I actually booked this play and 100% thought I booked for 7 p.m. tonight, which is honestly so silly. And I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but ever since, okay, so when I was in the relationship, I feel like I was really hard on myself and hard on my partner, and just like I projected a lot of anxiety, not because like the relationship needed that projection. It was just kind of like, I don't know, we're not going to psychoanalyze why, but I think I was pretty hard on some things that now that I'm not in the relationship, I'm very chill about. I think it's really interesting that something like me booking this play for the wrong time on the wrong day, I feel like if I was buying the tickets for 2 people, I would have been really hard on myself and been like really anxious about this. And when I realized I booked it for the wrong day, I was just like, I didn't care. Like, it was only me who I had affected. And I figured like, you know, oh, well, I'll just give the ticket to someone who can go, or, you know, what's the point of being upset over losing the cash from it? Okay, I'm coming back on here. The camera had a moment. I think I overwhelmed it. It's old technology, it needs a moment to process.
A few moments later.
Okay, it did it again. I don't know what's going on, but she needs a moment. Anyway, I think the point of my spiel was that for a while in my relationship, I was really hard about certain things that actually, when I'm on my own, don't matter. And so therefore, why did I let them matter in the relationship? Like, why did I let them become a tension point? I think it's just really interesting. I'm learning a lot all the time. I'm journaling a lot all the time. I feel like even though it's been over a year since my relationship ended, I'm still learning so much about who I am, what I want, who I might be in a relationship, who I was in that relationship, what I want in a future relationship. It's just like, it's honestly really complicated. And I just want to share all of this in case anyone is going through a similar thing. But doing the work is worth it. I hope. No, I know. I feel like I am just always evolving and changing and growing, and I really like that. So just keep doing the work, keep understanding and identifying what you want, need, look for in a relationship, who you are, act like, do in a relationship, and how if you're in a relationship that brings out a lot of anxiousness in you, maybe that's not the relationship for you. If you're in a relationship where you both feel really secure, it sounds like a bit of a better relationship. But I say all of that knowing that I stayed with my partner for 9 years because there was a lot of good. I wasn't in like a state of anxiousness for 9 years. So I think it's just really interesting to notice that and see kind of how anxious thoughts or worry or stress culminates or surfaces in a relationship, and what comes out of it, or what comes out of me. And I'm like kind of noting down the things that do and don't matter to me whilst I'm on my own, in the hope of when I am in a future relationship, I stay true, I guess, to what is important to me, and don't let like the anxious thoughts floating around a relationship or a connection with someone else overrule what's actually important to me. Point is, I booked these tickets for the wrong time. It's a work day. I was able to take my afternoon inspiration to go see this play. I'm gonna go see some shops whilst I'm in the area as well. I'm going to be very creatively inspired. I'm also going to go to a bookstore I've been wanting to go to and pick up a book. I've only got 2 little chapters left of the book I'm currently reading, which is Bright Lights, Big City. This was a really good New York read. It's a very New York based novel, a bit like Catcher in the Rye, like Lost Boy, but we kind of, you know, get plugged into the book at a certain stage when this man's is very lost and confused and things are kind of falling apart around him, and we're just along for the ride to see what he does, how he copes, and by cope I mean like rolls through life. But then towards the end you get a bit of context as to why maybe he is struggling so much, but I also just like reading all about the spots in Manhattan that he's spending time in. So I'm really keen to finish that, maybe whilst I'm on the subway, and then go to a bookstore and pick up a new book, a new read, and that's going to be the day. just saw Shifters and it was hella emotional. Definitely got me feeling all the feels. Now just filming this really quickly on a stoop because I had to talk about it. It was a beautiful play. Cherry Lane Theatre, beautiful theatre. Definitely going to check out their future plays. I feel like now they've set the bar very high. Similar to in London, there was the Amida, I'll put the name up here, theatre, and I just always knew I was going to get a good play if I went and saw something there. So now Cherry Lane Theatre, I feel, is the new standard. The New York version. This play actually came over from London. I heard about it when I was over there. I just didn't get the chance to see it. So it was really nice watching a play with strong British accents. And now I step out here and I'm in the set of a New York movie with yellow taxis driving past. It feels like a real blending of my London life with my New York life, and that in itself feels, I don't know, like I'm really proud of that fact that I've made these homes in different places, because there was this line in the play towards the end where the main character has moved to New York. There's just this line where they talked about, you know, being home is not where you're meant to be. And for now, that's my reality. I'm building this little life somewhere different to my home. It's quite moving. I don't know. Made me emotional. So the play was very much about two people who were once very in love and now later in life they reconnect, and this idea of what a relationship is or was or can be versus the reality of the life you're making, building, choosing for yourself day to day. Very past lives adjacent, so if you loved that movie, that's one of my favorite movies. This play is definitely worth seeing. The set design was really beautiful. The acting was incredible. Loved sitting around with everyone else at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday watching some theatre. felt very ladies who lunch. I think what was also really emotional about it was kind of the shared trauma these two characters had, and how there was a lot of healing that they were able to bring each other. And equally, it was also why they needed to kind of go off and do their own things, live their own lives or create their own families. I liked that they acknowledged that a lot of us project what we think the idea of love and a relationship can be, if only we can reignite it or respark it. What a beautiful, beautiful day it is. I had a tea at the Commerce Inn. Most expensive tea ever. Oh my god, it was $11. But the space was beautiful. I'm definitely going back there despite the cost, because sitting in the space was so beautiful until these two tech bros came and sat next to me and just like started ranting about AI, and it gave me a headache. And by ranting, I mean like getting off on how good AI is and their AI jobs and being an AI and their startups and how much the startups are selling, and like, good work, bro. Yeah, nice, solid amount. Ugh. I just want to live in a world of art and culture and no AI. Let's go shopping. Let's go look at some stores for my job.
So the year is 2004.
2004. I was.
I can't. So really old.
you know, in your brain. And then
What's my fortune? What is growing up? My future holds. Oh my god, this is exciting. Whoa, put it in tail.
wait, tail.
Oh, wait, I have to think. I was thinking.
Oh!
It feels like it's. I feel like mine has moving head and tail. It says in love.
She's in love with life and her friends.
And New York City, baby.
It's just